Whoop. Welcome back, fellow dragons. I don't feel good. Still. The cough is still a little bit there. But, I don't think, that's gonna go away for a bit. That's gonna... It's gonna be there till I have... until my body actually has the energy resources to spend fighting this shit off. Which technically it does have them. But instead of using them, it's decided to make me lightheaded. Or maybe I'm lightheaded because my body's actually using those resources. Anyway, before I go into a rant and completely lose my train of thought again, like I often do, we're gonna go into the game. I'm pretty sure the second it's gonna go into it immediately the second I press load. So, a few things about this trial. I remember some things about it. I don't remember others. Just like every trial in this game. Like, I think I remember the true villain of this case. But not how the game gets there. And there's this, mechanic for this trial that's never used again in the series. There's also the problem of this case is a bit more complicated than the others in the series as well. It's another one of those trends of, like, with the last case of the game being like, oh hey, this spans past and present. This, like, there's flashbacks in this shit. This does that. Like, unless you exclude the, special episode added onto the DS version of Ace Attorney 2. If you exclude that, then yeah, Ace Attorney 2 ends in, not being a massive case that spans decades and has to have, like, that doesn't have to have, like, a 10 years earlier flashback, or, hey, this is a thing that happened in the past that's, like, this is linked to a previous case that happened, that was dealt with off screen, that is causing problems. Like, I think, like, DL6 and SL9 were the two that were mentioned most frequently. Yeah, this is just, this is very different. Brain rambling because exhausted. But the exhaustion's not gonna go away. Ironically, I need a job for the exhaustion to go away. Because the exhaustion is partially caused by depression. And being able to... being able to do the things I need to do would help with that. And yeah, I was right. We're already in it. Whoop. Okay. In order to understand it myself, I had to know the story of the last 7 long years. Nothing happens by chance. All is connected. Oof. And now, if you stand ready to begin the final chapter of this story. Will the defendant be found guilty or innocent? The decision is yours. I hope we're not defending him. I don't remember. Because he is guilty in a few ways. But, yep. Oh, yeah. Hey, Apollo! Look! On TV! Look, look! What do you mean, low battery? You know what? I can actually fix that right now. As opposed to getting up and swapping to Joy-Cons like I usually do. I just happen to have a charger right here that I was using for my phone earlier, so... But, there we go. Okay, well, yeah, I'm kinda busy. Whoa, look at that! He's the last Grimoire, alright, amazing. Apollo, you should be watching this. What? I was writing about our last case in my journal. Lawyers are supposed to write things in records, Apollo, not journals. And why now? That case was 3 months ago. Hey, it's a long story. I did a lot, you know. I want to vacuum pack the feel of the moment for later. Body white. Ugh. Right now I'm wowing the crowd by figuring out how Lemure disappeared. That's right, Uncle Valen did that illusion too. But you're missing him on TV right now. I was just getting to the good part. I suppose I should watch a little TV with her. After all, her father's expecting me to look after her while he's away. What you're seeing now is a rehearsal for the greatest magic show on Earth. Happening right here at our very own Sunshine Coliseum. Sunshine Coliseum? Hey, that's where the Gaviniers concert was. Only 3 more days until miracles happen here, right before your unbelieving eyes. The legendary troupe Grimoire is performing for the first time in 7 years. That's going to be great! I'm so there! You and Daddy are coming too. The legendary Grimoires. Trixie's real father was still alive. He'd be on that stage performing miracles. I've got the tickets and everything. Here's yours, Apollo. I'm gonna look at that ticket before we deal with that squeak. I said I'm gonna look at that ticket before we deal with that squeak. Huh, $70, huh? Interesting. That. Trying to poke things. You ready, Bella? You ready for what? For what? For the troop. For the Troop Gramari Grand Magic Show. It's not like I'm getting up on stage or anything. What are you talking about? You can't enjoy magic if you're not part of what's going on up on stage. I'll need my spare costume if I need you. If you need one. Huh? You mean I can't go in this? No. Doesn't get more straightforward than that. Why is... Weird. Okay, well, I guess we're... Squeak. Okay, I'm going to assume that this is Phoenix. Although the last time I assumed it ended up not being Phoenix, so... you're here. Working hard or hardly working? How have you been? Hi there, stranger. Not exactly the kind of greeting I'd want to hear from my own kid. But he has been gone a long time. How goes it, Trucy? Here, I got you a present for you. Yay! Pudding! I love pudding. Oh, it's farm fresh. And not just one pudding, 3 whole cups. I'll have to pace myself. Well, I'm beat. That's right, Daddy, you're on a top secret mission? You gotta take it easy with the secrets, you know. Alright, you are. So you still can't tell us what your mission is? Maybe it's time. It has something to do with you anyway. Huh? With me? Ooh, maybe you're getting a top secret mission too. Maybe you could be one of those guys. A spy. Can't I just be a defense attorney? To be honest, no one in this game can, kid. Unfortunately, your name's on the title, so you lost your opportunity to run. What? But again, to be honest, telling you about the mission was my whole reason for coming here today. What? Tell me. You've heard of the jurist system, yes? The jurist system? That's right. It's the new legal system everyone's talking about. Have you heard of it, Apollo? Huh? Maybe. I thought that only existed in other countries. Maybe not as many people are talking about it as I thought. The jurist system, huh? So, Daddy, what's this jurist system thing? It sounds made up. Trucy. I mean, they're in a fictional universe, so I have to do this. Well, Trucy, do you know what a jury is? I've heard of it. Other countries have those. You know, countries that aren't fictional countries that are an amalgam between weird English localization and the game's actual Japanese, original Japanese source material. Isn't that those people who sit in court in those old courtroom dramas? The ones who get to decide if a guy is innocent or guilty? Do you know, Apollo? Only from TV. Usually news about countries that aren't based on fictional countries that aren't based on Japan's legal system. It's 12 people chosen from the community, right? Well, they're thinking about reviving that system. Yeah. And my wording with my stupid joke probably should have been better. It should have been something like, aren't based off of Japan's impossible conviction rate. Aren't in universes based with trials based on the impossible conviction rates that Japan has. But yeah, no. Anyway. They're calling the new version of the system the jurist system. No more doing whatever you like, Your Honor. Not quite that harsh. The jurists cooperate with the judge. They help analyze the case from different angles. And there will be only 6 of them under the current proposal, right? Wow, you know your stuff, Apollo. Their findings directly affect the verdict. Hopefully, we'll start taking courts a little more seriously now. I feel like I'm on some kind of educational TV show. Nope, you're in a fictional video game. Starring Dr. Wright. Again, you're still in a fictional video game, and he's not a doctor. Dr. Wright and his assistant, Trucy. And Mascot Apollo, the perfect team. Mascot, hey! I mean, your name is currently on the game, so you're the mascot right now. Wait, the mission? So what is this secret mission? The jurist system is my mission, more or less. Anyway, keep in mind that new ideas like this system are always risky, Apollo. Too true. Everyone's got an opinion and they just talk and nothing gets decided. Kinda like you, Apollo. I'm not that bad, am I? In any case, we're gonna give it a shot. A test, if you will. I don't like tests. We'll take a case as a sample and choose 6 jurists. I'll be the one helping with that process. Incidentally, helping how? Well, for one, I'll be chair of the Jurist System Simulated Court Committee. The chair constructs the ideal situation, choosing the case, the jurist candidates, and even the judge in courtroom. Wow, it's like you have a real job. I mean, I never was that good at piano, to be honest. Once a lawyer, always a lawyer, I guess. Trial's tomorrow, by the way. Don't miss it. The trial simulation, that is. A simulation, huh? Sounds interesting. So, what kind of case is the trial simulation about? Well, since it's the first run-through of a new system, I wanted something simple. Good thinking. No sense wearing yourself out on something too serious. True. The case is a murder. That's not simple at all. By simple, did you mean the defendant is guilty? Yeah, most likely. So, good luck, Apollo. With what? With the trial tomorrow. You're defending, of course. Recall that I said it had something to do with you. Go for it, Apollo. It's just a test case anyway, no sweat. Yeah, but there's still a verdict to be decided. And a potentially serious sentence. The most serious in the worst case scenario. You mean the verdict's for real? That's not a test trial, that's a real trial. All the forms have been filed. There's no turning back now. Trial begins at 10 a.m. Hope you can make room in your schedule. Why am I only hearing about this now? Yeah, there was a change this morning. I picked a new case. Something that happened last night. Alright, so what case are you going to use? You really want to know, don't you? Of course I do. I mean, I'm going to be the one defending, aren't I? If all goes well, then yes, of course. This is just a test. You wanted everyone to start without preconceptions, a blank slate, as it were. There's a difference between having a blank slate and just being totally clueless. Whose dumb idea was that, anyway? Well, mine. Committee chair, remember? Well, if you want to know that badly, I suppose I could give you permission to examine the scene of the crime. Good, that's better. But you can't talk to anyone involved with the case. What, then how am I supposed to defend? You let me worry about the details there. Remember, I'm in charge of this trial. All of it. But you don't want it to backfire, do you, Apollo? If I'm in charge of the whole trial, that means the entire affair is my responsibility, for good or for bad. Just do what you can. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Alright. Nothing in this game in particular so far would lead Apollo to believe that, but, I mean, he's been so busy focusing on other things, he's he's only been able to catch glimpses of the whole puppet master shit Phoenix has going on in this game. I'd recommend going down to the detention center. Your client is waiting for you, you can ask about the scene there. But you just said I couldn't talk to anyone involved. Oh, you could talk to your client. If you can get her to talk. Well, time's wasting. So about this bullshit. Oh, hey Apollo, I know you're all excited about that secret mission, but what about this? The Troop Grimare Grand Magic Show? Huh? Oh, right, the card tricks. They're not card tricks. They're grand illusions, miracles, the apocalypse. Okay, so what? That's 3 days from now. It's at Sunshine Coliseum. Let's go today. I could say hi to Uncle Valiant. Have fun. What? I can't go by myself. You know I'm not very outgoing. Right. Why not go with her? But what about the secret mission? Oh, don't worry about that. You'll hear all about it tomorrow regardless. I don't trust that smile. He knows something he's not telling me. Yippee! Now you can take me to the Coliseum. I suppose it wouldn't kill me to pop over there. Ah, Grimare, that reminds me. What's this? What's this, Di? Is it the silk hat? The Grimare seal? Consider it a birthday present, Trucy. Thanks, it's great, but today isn't my birthday. Good point. What day is today, Apollo? Huh? Today? I think it's Recycle Your Plastics Day. Then it's a Recycle Your Plastics present. Yippee! So it's plastic? I've given up trying to understand them. It's so much easier this way. So, what is it? Can I open it? No. Huh? You'll need that envelope someday. Someday soon. Don't open it until then. Well, why didn't you just hold on to it until then? Because that would be the logical thing to do. Flip about the Grimoires, huh? Okay, well. I don't think the game's going to let me open it, but I'm peeking. Huh. Ah, look here. Handwritten signature. It says... I can't read it. Seems odd to me. I mean, this isn't a signature intended to show... Isn't the signature intended to show ownership? What's the use if no one can read it? Is it enough you can read it if you can read your own? Oh, I never thought of it that way. What's this? What front? Okay, well. Alright, well, we're leaving. Detention center. Client first. Okay, just enter inside our visitor's room. It's 20 minutes we've been waiting here. 20 minutes. Maybe I should complain? I'm sure that guard has better things to do than stand here pretending he doesn't see us. You know, the minute we get angry, the client will show. It always works that way. Like shouting a waiter and they're standing right behind you. Oh, guard. Is our client going to be much longer? What are you talking about? Haven't you already started the meeting yet? Huh? What? Where'd you come from? I've been here the whole time. Well... Anyway, please have a seat. I'm nervous, Apollo. It's the silence that builds suspense. Why don't you do something, Trucy? You're a magician, aren't you? That's right, okay. I'm the amazing Mr. Hat. Nope. No South Park joke for you. She passed out. Miss Magic Underwear might have been a better bet. It's magic panties, Apollo. Hi? Hi. I'm your defense. I really think this has to be fate, you know? And, by fate I mean destiny, you know? I'm good with astrology. Tell me, what's your sign? I can tell you mine if you'd like, Apollo. No, never mind. I just got carried away there trying to be friendly. Okay, well, here. Name? So what's your name? Oh, right, I'm supposed to introduce myself first. I'm Apollo Justice. And I'm Trucy Wright. I know, this is getting nowhere fast. The case? Hey, I know, maybe you could tell us what happened? I'm your defense attorney after all. Anything out of the ordinary happened lately? Well, the other day, this tourist from out of town stopped me to ask direction. Later, Trucy. I feel like I need to ask directions myself here. Well, that was fruitless. But I think I understand despair a little better now. You did good, Apollo. Look, she's doing her nails. What? Are nails more important than defense? Is that it? Let's go, Trucy. Excuse me. Could you read this? Sure. Like a teenager on first date, and this is a love letter we pass from desk to... Stop looking so wistful, read it. It's a business card, and with the name and address. The name is Vera Micham. The address is for Drew's studio. And you're giving me this card because... Nope. Hiding. Looks like we're finished here. Wonder if Drew Studio is the scene of the crime. Let's go find out. Look at card. A pretty basic card. Looks like a postcard almost. In the back, huh? Just her name. Seems odd to me. Huh? What does? Do you write your name on the front and back of the card? Why not use the space on the back for a self-portrait or something? It's not a bad idea. Here, give me one of your cards. She's drawing something. Hey, my hair's not that spiky. Front. Okay, well. Studio. Wow, that looks like a studio. It's like life imitating art, or maybe it's the other way around, huh? The tape on the ground there is a bit jarring. Yeah, looks like we found our crime scene. Apollo, look at those paintings. Hey, don't touch those. It's okay, I'm just looking. Huh? Paul, look at this one. It looks half finished. You can still see the rough sketch underneath. That's odd. The rough part doesn't look like the rest of the painting at all. Yeah, good point. That's odd. But the paintings have really different styles, too. I thought I might find you two here. Okay. I guessed right with that one, because I don't remember who comes when. Emma, long time no see. It's been, what, months? Oh. Seems like I run into you far too often. I should have bought chocolate-covered pretzels for this bit, but that would require me being able to buy anything. Instead of having to rely on things I already own. I'll bet I know why you're here too. You know about the trial simulation? You know about the trial simulation tomorrow? I've heard all about it, sure. So Mr. Wright chose you, huh? We don't even know what the case is about. Well, he was killed. The artist who owns the studio, that is. Mr. Drew Misham. Misham? And his daughter was put under arrest. Yeah, we just saw her at the detention center. It was funny, though. She seemed more like a victim than the kind of person who could commit murder. You know, I'm sorry. Not even by poisoning? That's how it was done, you know. Poisoning's a common way to get the job done when the murderer is a woman. Poisoning? Anyway, Mr. Wright told me you'd be coming. Feel free to take a look around. I'll just be over here with my Snickers. Can't talk to anyone related to the case this time around. Which means we better find out as much as we can here at the scene, or else... Victim? So, this Drew Misham was some kind of artist? Apparently. Still illustrations for books, I hear. I love female fans too, for what it was worth. Oh! Well, I guess this stuff is kind of pretty. Like that oil painting over there, for instance? Yeah. That wasn't one of his illustrations, actually. Huh. So is a Stalin painting or something? Is that what she means? He was an odd bird, Misham. Hadn't shown his face to anyone until the end. What do you mean to anyone? He was always locked up in here in this studio, apparently. The only connection to the outside world was through letters he'd put in that letter box there. Letters? Do people still write letters? What about email? What do you mean, Apollo? I mean, when's the last time you wrote a real letter and not an email? Like, seriously, don't most people use email for that stuff, for this stuff nowadays? Or text message, just skip right over it? Or, like, work-related chat stuff or Discord or something? Now, Mr. Measham couldn't stand technology, it seems. He did everything by mail. Maybe he thought that it was more artistic, you know? In any case, the only person besides him allowed in here was his daughter, Vera. Oh, you mean the killer? The suspect, please? We took some fingerprints, of course. Only one's front of the room where Mr. Measham's and Vera's, basically. Basically? Actually, last night, Mr. Measham gave an interview to a reporter for the first time. It happened during the interview, apparently. His first interview ever? Could you tell us a little bit more about what happened the night of the murder? More about the defendant first. So this woman, Vera, she's Mr. Measham's daughter, right? Yep, a real sickly girl ever since she was little. Hardly ever went outside. She did kind of give off a withdrawn sort of aura. She was homeschooled by her father, apparently. It's quite a scene when they took her to the detention center. She was screaming about how she'd die if they took her outside. That does sound like a scene. And then she agreed to leave if she was allowed her good luck charm for company. Her good luck charm? Apparently she has this charm that magically gives her the courage to go outside. Why can't I ever get a normal client? But why would a shut-in daughter kill her own dad? Oh, look at me! So about the poison that was found, it was found to be in his coffee, right? No. Not precisely. Not precisely? What does that mean? It means see for yourself, I think. At the crime. Like I said, last night was the first time someone from outside came to the studio. Guess mysterious painters who never go outside make for good articles. It just so happened that he died the night of his first interview. Around 9 p.m. every night, Vera always made him a cup of coffee. That night he drank his usual coffee and suddenly became violently ill. And died? She poisoned him on the night of his interview? Wouldn't the reporter see? He wasn't near Mr. Measham when she brought her father his coffee. He was checking out some equipment in the back of the room. Supposedly that's why she didn't notice he was there. It was the reporter who called the police, in fact. Wait, but why is she the suspect? What doing? Give me a moment. Back, quick intermission, fellow dragons. I'm gonna have to have a coughing fit in a second anyway. Okay. There we go. Alright. If anyone's suspicious, it's the reporter. Yet the reporter never got near Mr. Misham's coffee. And Vera acknowledges that. Regardless, I want to know more about this reporter. Why is that behind the thing? Hey! There's a painting hidden back here. Hey, right. What if it's embarrassing somehow and he didn't want anyone to see it? Certainly seemed pleased by the possibility. Huh? Huh, it's so normal. That's hardly something to get mad about. Huh? What is it, Apollo? Well, doesn't this painting look like... Never mind. Huh? I better get a professional opinion on this. Okay. Coffee. And that's the victim's mug of coffee. Ah, that's the victim's mug of coffee. Ah, so the poison was in here? This is my first time seeing a real poisoned mug of coffee. I would hope so. Poisoned coffee? Not exactly, actually. What do you mean? No traces of poison were found in the coffee. What? You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself. I'm officially not on your side, after all. Other mug? I imagine this coffee cup was for guests to use. Guests? Did the police already analyze this cup too? No, a trace of poison was found on that cup. So the killer was after Drew Measham alone. I wouldn't mind taking a closer look at those paintings. Just love oils, you know how they're so thick? Is that the word? These paints are all dry. I'm just surprised how different they all are. And what's going on with this half-finished one? Must have been a work in progress. You can still see the rough sketches below, huh? That's weird. Sketch part doesn't match the finished parts. Body outline. Eek, Apollo, that's where the body was. That's the spot where Mr. Drew Measham passed away. Put his coffee mug to his lips, and the next moment, there's quite a bit of paint on the ground. See a half-painted painting there? Must have been working on it right up till the moment he died. Wow, true artist to the end. Or maybe he started a year ago and was procrastinating. Picture. Let's take a closer look at the desk here. One of these things? Huh, something about the way the figure is posed. I've seen that pose before. Gee, Apollo, you're the one making one of your flamboyant gestures. Please, I'm a professional. I wonder why it's posed like that. Coincidence? Picture. So this is Drew Measham. This little girl must be Vera. Yes, they look like they took that some years ago. They look close, like a happy little family. Till you arrested his daughter. Look, I was personally against that, okay? She just didn't seem very suspicious, scientifically speaking. Uh-huh, right. Books? Is this a journal? Wow, talk about a clue. Let's read it. What? Is that Apollo? He didn't write the name of the killer, did he? It's new. He didn't write a single line. Ah, you had me going for a while there. Dust. Hey, Apollo, what's this feather thing? Isn't that a pen, like old-fashioned quill? Isn't that a pen, like an old-fashioned quill pen? But it doesn't have the pointy end. That was most likely for sweeping detritus off the desk. But you sure know a lot, Emma. Bold and scientific, that's my motto. Exactly what was bold or about that was... Exactly what about that was bold or scientific? Actual pen? No clues. Oh look, drawer. This envelope's been opened and resealed. Oh, I know how to do that. Take a pot of boiling water and hold the envelope up to the steam. Glue melts it, opens it. Cool, huh? Whoever did this wasn't so delicate. You're right. Looks like they just ripped it and opened and stuck it back together, huh? Postmark on this letter is from 7 years ago. Why would someone open a letter then seal it again? Huh, better hang on to this. Okay. Shelf. Look at all these paints, Apollo. There's so many. He's got like 20 kinds of red. You can repaint your suit, Apollo. How about this shade of green? That'll be enough of that, thanks. What's all this equipment here for? It doesn't look very artistic, really. He had everything from a lathe to a laser cutter. Looks like he was ready to work on metals and woods, too. Though his equipment is a bit old, to tell the truth. Why would a painter need all this? From the dust, I'd say he hasn't used this stuff for years. This corner doesn't fit with the rest of the studio. Oh, do you think I could borrow this? I want to cut a quarter in half and make a trick coin. This is a crime scene, Trucy. These cost like $50 at the magic shop. Microscope. Is this desk for painting, Apollo? That would be a drafting table. Drafting? Basically, it's a tool for making precise diagrams. Wow, painting is harder than I thought. Why would a painter need a drafting table? Was he an architect too? Okay. Letterbox. That letterbox looks funny sitting inside a room like this. Let's take a look. Empty. Lower half of that letterbox is actually connected outside the studio. Mr. Misham would put his letters in there, and the postman took them away. Impressive that someone still writes letters in this day or age, or wrote, rather. Closet full of canvases. Why is dog being weird? Okay, well, I'm gonna look at some of this evidence. But looking at the back, no clues. Huh. Well, what do we have here? Looks like a person thinking about something. Maybe they're worried? Like, what should I have for supper? A hot dog or a hamburger? You know, I've always wondered about that. Why is there supper and dinner? Are they separate meals or the same thing? Maybe that's what this person's thinking about. Okay. Puffer fish. Is that a puffer fish? Paula, that's clearly a porcupine fish. They're not the same thing? You know what gets me is they've got all these needles, right? what's protecting that soft spot in the lower belly there? Nothing. Must remember to keep Trissy away from small round fish. Nothing on the back. This one. Apollo, look at this painting. You can see the rough sketch. Looks like it was only half completed. That's funny. Do the rough sketches and the finished painting look totally different? Yeah, they do. What's all this about? Interesting. Bah. Okay, shush. Dump, 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 dump it. Nope, that's fake coffee. It glued in there. Huh. Hey, look there! That stain doesn't look so healthy, Apollo. Must be the Blue Mountain stuff we've been hearing about. Something tells me that even Blue Mountain coffee isn't this blue. No, this stain is probably better ask Emma. Examine. Letter. Stamp. No clues. Oh, look, it's been opened once here. You're right. Wonder if there's some way we can see what's inside. Should I try to get open and stick it back shut? Let's not tamper with the evidence, shall we? Got a better idea. Let's ask Emma. So we just present. Alright. Hey, what this? Oh, that? Yes, that's why that's a bright red envelope. Sure is jumpy. Someone opened this, didn't they? My lips are sealed. Your lips are sealed? That's, first? You mean you know what's inside the envelope? Sure, I've read it after all. Ah, you mean you were the one who ripped this open? Heh, please. I would have steamed it open. But she did sneak a peek at it, apparently. Know that I have a powerful weapon on my side. Weapon? Yes. The use of tools, highly specialized tools, for information gathering. Tools I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. You should try flattering her, Apollo. They say a little praise can open big doors. Never heard that one, but good advice. Let's try talking to her some more. What's this? Emma, about this mug. There's a pale blue, residue on the rim. That! Yes, well, it's just a rumor, but I've heard there's a kind of coffee called Blue Mountain. Pretty sure it isn't actually blue, Emma. Right. Okay, you got me. That's left over from my testing spray. Forensic science, I knew your hobby was behind this somehow, Emma. It's not a hobby. So what kind of scientific stuff were you up to? This spray, that's what, it turns blue whenever it touches poison. So the poison that killed the victim was on the mug? That's right, see, it wasn't in the coffee. Killer applied it to the rim of the mug itself. Wow, science is amazing. Certainly is helpful. Maybe Emma would be willing to help us out a bit more. You should try buying up Apollo, blah 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 blah. Certainly worth talking a bit more. Okay, well, talk. Science. Emma could help us out here. Don't forget, flattery. Flattery will get you everywhere with her. Huh? What are you two whispering about? Well, I was thinking, I mean, what is it we always do when we run into you at a crime scene? What is it we always do scientifically? Ah, you know me too well. Okay. Oh, okay, meaning we can get, scientific now? Oh, I suppose just this once. Bring me anything you find suspicious and we'll check it out. Okay, well. Letter. Emma about this. Oh, that! Yes, that's why. Yep. Seen already. But I did. About the envelope we found, I was wondering if you could help us out with that tool you were mentioning? You want to know about my tool, do you? It's called X-ray Analyzer. X-ray, like the X-rays you get at the dentist? That's right. At least that's what I call it. Huh? It is a real name, but it's much more complicated. The X-ray spectralization something. How am I supposed to remember all that? So basically it lets you see inside things like envelopes? That's right, you're sharp, Trucy. But it's a bit more complicated than that in practice, of course. Actually, to tell the truth, I'm not really sure how it works scientifically. Can I try it out, Emma, please? Oh, I suppose. Of course, I've already checked out everything suspicious myself. Alright, let's give it a spin, Apollo. Yeah, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just seeing if I can see through your hair, but it's like lead. Point that thing at me anymore, and it might all fall out. That wouldn't need an X-ray machine to see through it. Let's just get down to business, shall we? Right, let's test it on a sample first. It just so happens I have a lottery ticket here. See the sample in the device like so. I don't see anything. Patience, there's no need to get all antsy. Look at the right side of the screen. That's the layer view for the envelope. Layer view? We got it set to the outside of the envelope now. See, actually, it's quicker to just have you try it. Turn that dial and play around with the right analog stick, would you? That's right, that's how you choose what depth you want to scan. Yeah, I got something. See, that's how you can read letters on the ticket inside. Cool, huh? Except I can't read them. Just turn the dial more. What you have to understand is that a sheet of paper isn't really flat at all. When you zoom in that much, you see the paper has a bunch of hills and valleys. Wow. The X-ray device uses a beam with a wavelength of only 0.05 microns. Breaks cards down in thin layers, so it can only show what's written on that layer. And then try to find it, but what good is it if you can't read anything? That's why we go into step 2. Try rubbing the image a bit, if you would. Rubbing, like going over the image with the yeah, that fixes the image on the screen. Now turn the dial again just a little. Good, now you can rub the image to fix it too. I get it, just keep doing that until we got the whole thing. Exactly, not bad. Neat, let's do some more. Wow. Bah. Okay, let's print this one out. Let's see. Ouch, you loose. At least you know where you stand, eh? Anyway, now you see the true power hidden. Now try it out on the real thing, shall we? Oh boy. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hmm. But. There. Keep trying to press the B button like it's X. There. Okay, well. Okay, if I remember about this artist, he was actually not an artist, he was a counterfeiter. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's print this one out. Someone deposited 100,000 into Mr. Measham's account. His paintings must be really valuable. There's another page in there. Care to take a look? You bet I do. If you're going to read some hail, might as well do it all at once. Here we go, second page then. Okay. I feel like this is probably gonna be the same page. There. Maybe not. Come on, little blue dots. There we go. Blah. There, more dots. Interesting. Oh boy, yep. So it was a letter about payment for one of his paintings? Well, the secrecy though, and... What? Why was this letter the only one in here? 7 years old, right? Maybe it had some special significance to him? Well, Emma? Well, I'm rude. She knows something she's not telling us. Looks like she's keeping mum about it. Oh, fuck. Okay, well... Tell us how coffee spray work. Tell us how spray on coffee work. Emma, about this mug. There's the pale blue residue. Yeah, we've seen that. Yep, seen it. Tell us about your testing residue. Yep. About that poison analysis, I was afraid you were going to ask about that. See, this solution is used to test for atroquinine. Atroquinine, a deadly poison that we made up for this game. And it was found in the autopsy. Uh-oh, I know that spark in her eyes. She's got it inside. Best tread lightly. It's one of the most virulent poisons, but is also absorbed into the body astonishingly slow. Takes at least 15 minutes from time of ingestion for the adverse effects to show. Oh, and guess what recent searches have shown? That's fine, we really don't need to know all the gory details. I think I get you. Spray this stuff on something you want to test, right? Precisely, you can find even the slightest trace of poison with this. I want to try too, Emma. Pretty please? You don't have to ask twice. I already used it on everything suspicious, of course, so might as well. Ah! What are you doing? I'm just seeing if I got a reaction off you. How's this for a reaction? Never do that again. I'm not poisonous. Tell that to those hapless witnesses on the stand. Just getting down. Let's just get down to checking for real poison, shall we? Okay, so... Huh. Oh wait, I remember something. Okay, maybe I need to be on this side to check the thing that we already know about. Or maybe not. Weird. Weird. Okay, it's not working. Too bad, no reactions there. I'm sure Emma checked all the likely spots. Wait a second. What is it, Apollo? Did you spray that little desk over there? I don't think so. The spray probably can't reach that far, you know? Let's check it out, just to be sure. Up, I was right. Whoa. Eek! A reaction! Apollo, a reaction. Where? Inside that cute little frame. Look. Would you look at that? Nice going, Trucy. I'm known to work magic. Never mind, I was the one who found it. 2x2 thing bears traces of poison. Why would the inside of that frame have poison on it? Looks like we found the only other place that was poisoned in any case. So I was wondering, what's the story about this reporter that came in here for a story the night of the crime? I'm afraid I can't tell you because he's going to be a witness tomorrow, I hear. I thought so. I'll never forget that face, but what was his name? Oh, right. Brushell. Brushell? He's after a scoop to sell to the paper, so a reporter comes for an interview with a painter. His first interview ever, and that night he's killed. Seems strange to you? Really strange. It does raise a few questions. I'd like to speak with this reporter if I could. Well, I hear he's on the beat today, too. Said something about covering a magician? Magician? Well, if it's not Trucy, then that leaves one other person. It wasn't Valen Grimari by chance, was it? Yeah, something like that. He's got some big show lined up, I hear. So he's out interviewing Valen Grimari. Sounds like I'll be heading out to the Coliseum again sooner than I thought. Here, I'll give that reporter's card if you want. Okay, well. Coliseum it is then. Itchy. Itchy. Ugh. Body why? Actually, I know why. Woohoo! This is it, Apollo, the place where magic and dreams converge. Just a while ago was the place where murder and nightmares converged. Let's go say hi to Uncle Valen. What about the case? Only a performer laughs like that. The young Miss Trucy. How often I'd hope we'd meet again, only to tell myself it was an impossible dream. Uncle Valen, how's it going? I'm glad to see you too. Of course you are. Humility is definitely not one of his stronger traits. Well, Miss Trucy, how does the day find you? If you've come to give me flowers, do it after the show, I beg of you. Actually, I came to wish you good luck, and congratulations on your big magic show. Oh, but it is I who wish to congratulate you. Not everyone is so lucky as to witness miracles such as the ones I perform. Yeah, you're amazing, we get the picture. The world we're watching Wonder Miss, Magnifique's illusions are reborn. Here on stage by my hand. Talk. Big show. Everyone's talking about the big magic show. Is it true that the Grimoire miracle is back after a 7-year absence? Miss Trucy, I must apologize. This show and this honor should have been his. Daddy. My co-magician in training, Zach Grimoire. If that terrible thing hadn't... It's okay. Your father was a great magician, Trucy. If he were alive, then I, Valen Grimoire, would have been proud to stand upon this stage as his assistant. Thanks, Uncle Valen. You know, I'm happy you're doing the show. To think we get to see the great Magnifique's illusions again. She really is looking forward to this, isn't she? My mentor, the magnificent Magnifique Grimoire. Was a true deity among magicians. A creator god who gave birth to magic and illusions that defied our very imaginations. I was so little when I last saw one, but I still remember his shows. He did wheelies in a sports car through the air above the audience. And then sped off to outer space faster than the speed of sound. I'm guessing that memory was a bit embellished. For 7 long years, the world has been waiting for a miracle to match his. As heir to the Grimoire Troupe's secrets, it falls to me to provide one. It is my God-given destiny. Yes? You? Nameless face who speaks for the nameless masses, how can I help you? If the world was waiting, why did you hold off for 7 long years? It appears the lad is uninformed. Perhaps you have heard of the magic known as law, which governs our land? I have, though I'm not sure it qualifies as magic. The performance of Magnifique's miracle was impossible, as a certain law prevented it for 7 years, but no more. 7 years. That phrase sure likes to pop up, doesn't it? And why was that? A little matter called performance rights, Miss Trucy. Can you tell us about these performance rights? Magnifique's magic relied upon an incredibly innovative idea, a trick, if you will. That trick was considered his property, and as such it was protected by property laws. Intellectual property, maybe? Magnifique knew this, and he bequeathed it in his will. To one person. You mean him? Yes. Miss Trucy, it was your father. Zach Grimoire was the inheritor of the Grimoire miracle. Daddy. Yeah, as you well know, he is gone. He disappeared suddenly 7 years ago. I think I see where this story is going. Once a person is classified missing for a certain period of time, they're considered legally deceased, correct? In all absoluteness, those rolled-up sleeves conceal your competence well, young man. That certain period of time which you speak is 7 years. Ah! Yes, Miss Trucy, though it pains me to say it, this past spring, April to be precise, was the time. Your father was legally declared deceased. In the absence of a formal will, the secrets of our mighty mentor Magnifi passed to me. This was in fact stipulated in the will by Magnifi himself. Is that how it works, Apollo? Yeah, it's called death in absentia. He's declared missing permanently. Daddy. I guess present ticket? Challenge, is it? You want me to make that disappear? Very well, give it to me. No thanks. Are all magicians like this? Apollo, what was that look just now? I was just thinking how hard it is to gain information out of a magician. I was wondering if you could tell me about this? Why, that bears the Grimoire seal. Uncle Valent, is something wrong? Trucy? Where did you get this? Daddy gave it to me. Your daddy? My partner Zach Grimoire? No, my other daddy, Phoenix Wright. Why now? Why would your lord daddy, this kind of scratching the whole archaic thing a bit. The signature upon the back, do you recognize it? That belongs to none other than Zach Grimoire. What? Daddy signed this? Might be so bold as to open it. I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. What's in this envelope, I wonder? Emma, I need help. Emma, I need to see inside this. Emma, I was wondering if you could take a look at this. Look, I'm a detective. Detective, you can't just ask me any old thing and expect to answer, okay? Need to be a little more focused with your inquiries. Scientific even. Okay, well, it won't let me do it. Okay, move. Okay, back here. Okay, well. Change sign. It was Gavnier's back then, wasn't it? Yeah, nothing mysterious and bizarre happens this time. But it shall. Why, the show itself will be bizarre and mysterious. I don't have a problem with mystery as long as it's legal. I don't think lawyers and magicians are really meant to have conversations like this. Why is the Blue Badger still here? Hey, why is the Blue Badger still here? It was hanging out balloons last time, too. He's not a creature. Poor guy. Sorry. You know how high he is in one of those suits? He's stuck in there with only the smell of his own sweat to keep him company. On the verge of passing out, he hands out each balloon like it were his last. It kinda takes the fun out of seeing Blue Badger. That was a blimp last time. Look, it's a balloon! Hot air balloon. The Grimoire seal on it, no less. Well, this is a long way of revival after all, and it has been 7 years, you know. Spent plenty of time and a pretty penny on promotion. Hope it's a huge success, Uncle Valent. Oh, I intend for it to be nothing less, I assure you. They both sure seem excited about it. It's a big deal for magicians. Okay, I think I just need to talk to him again. No. Do you know about... So a journalist was here on a story where all eyes in the universe are upon my stage. All pens seek to commit its mysteries to paper. His name was Burchell? Burchell. I think he remembers him. He doesn't look too happy about it. Burchell, that cloying smell of mint when he smiles. Yes! Could you tell us about him? What did he want? Okay, good. Burchell, journalist. A man by that name called on me just now. Just now. Valent's vision is always toward tomorrow. Valent's feet always step forward. That is all. That's all? Very confusing. I have to perform a big magic show, yes? I wanted someone to cover it. Yet he had ears only for that incident. That incident? In any case, I requested that the rapacious reporter remove himself. So a painter has died. What of it? But a footnote in the footlights compared to the magic of Grimare. Uncle Valen, do you know where the reporter went? I recommended he visit that popular place with penalized perpetrators, detention center. He was a rude individual. Might I see that card? Sure. He would tear apart my respectability. I will tear him apart him. Oh, here comes Apollo. Uncle Valen's big magic trick. Is he going to fix the card? Not sure that qualifies as big magic. What happened to the big magic? Is it not more miraculous for it to stay ripped? You must have really not liked that journalist. Now the time has come where I make my return to my prestigious preparation. By your leave, Miss Trissy. Thanks, Uncle Valent. 3 days from now, make ready for a miracle. What do you think that journalist was after? Why did Valent react like that to this envelope? I think it's time to pay the detention center another visit. Oh boy. Shit. Detention center. Again. Think I hear what you're saying? We're all doing it for the money. End quote. No, not at all. Looks like someone else is already meeting here. Maybe it's that reporter? Oh. Hi there. How you doing? Who might you be? Sorry, we didn't know someone was already here. I'm Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Talk about a nervous monkey. You're Justice, you know me? Do I know you? Of course I know you. Stares down witnesses on the stand until they spill beans. End quote. That's not true. What's he writing? Are you a reporter by any chance? Woo! You're Trucy. Am I famous? Oh yeah. Trucy Wright hates carrying a bag, puts everything she owns in her panties. End quote. Eek, that's so not true! What are you, a creep? Just hold on to your breeches there. I'll wrap up this interview in a jiffy. Interview? So, guard. I think I know what's going on here. Guarding rooms is my life. What else can I possibly need? End quote. No! How many times do I have to tell you this? Look, I've got work to do. You two deal with them. Did you come here to interview the guard? Ooh-wee, what a pickle. Accused, wouldn't talk, had to interview someone or go plumb crazy. End quote. Huh? He's bad, creepy guy. I should have guessed. Where are my manners? Name's Burchell, Spark Burchell. I'm not picky. I'm not picky. Journalist just closes eyes, writes, end quote. What nauseatingly strong smell of mint every time he grins. Until you've been interviewed by me, you don't know what thrilling is. Wild romp through the crossroads of mayhem madness, end quote. I can see that. He's writing something again. Well, if he's a reporter, maybe he knows something. Talk. So, Mr. Burchell, you're a journalist? Me, look at the state of me, and one thing for the record here. Yeah. I'm the interviewer, you understand? Yeah, I'm the one asking the questions here, end quote. Okay. For instance, you think a movie director watches movies? Yes. Well, I think he probably does. Exactly! I knew you'd understand. Huh? So about the night of the crime. So the night of the murder, you were at Drew's studio? Who, me? Look, let me state one thing for the record. Yes, I may look calm and collected, but I'm busy. Real busy, always on the road. Journalist, always busy, one-way tickets, never looks back, end quote. I can understand that philosophy, but you want to know the thing about one-way tickets? Once you use them, they're gone. All because you have to give them to the guy at the airport. True enough. But don't they give normal tickets away too? Exactly, see? Same thing. What is... Oh, this guy's an idiot. So he went to do a story on Drew Measham, and he'd never had a story done about him before? That's right. Look, let me set the record straight here. What? I'm sure you're going to want to know about my source, what tipped me off to Drew, why did the interview in the first place? Well, yes. Look, it's like, oh, I've got it. Say there's a burger joint with fabulous ketchup. You think the burger guy's going to tell me where he got it? At the supermarket, maybe? Or straight from the manufacturer if it's a large chain? Exactly, see? That's what I'm talking about. I think I may have actually understood that one. Well, there's nothing I could talk about, really. Walls have ears, eyes, especially glass walls with speakers, end quote. Right, guess we'll leave then. But since you're here, might as well tell you a tidbit of news I saw just for the heck of it. Sure, tell us, just for the heck of it. I remember it like it was yesterday. I'd seen a movie on a trip and wandered into this burger place with amazing ketchup when an article in a tabloid caught my eye. Famous oil painting stolen from art dealer's gallery, end quote, I believe it was. An oil painting. Happens every day, right? But I thought I'd seen that painting somewhere before. Painting of a giant peach floating down a river. Someone stole an oil painting of a giant peach. Journalists can smell a scoop better than burgers, end quote. This? Ah, right. Let me go on the record here. Yes? I know what you're going to say. Burchell, take this, write brilliant column. End quote. Don't think so. And that's food. Okay, yeah. What the hell? He didn't listen to a word I said. So this? Ah, yep. Ah. Show thing. I'm leaving. Phoenix, Valence being weird about that, presenting already to my fair share of that back in the day. Showed my attorney's badge a lot, too. Yeah, look cool and calm now, but you should have seen him before. You know me too well, Trucy. I'm glad I provided us a little opportunity for family bonding. Also, yep, the same text. Okay. Okay, well. Know anything about art? Oh wait, we've already seen that. But the fact that nothing here's changed means that I'm missing something. Under top hat. Why? Why? Okay, well. Fuck. Okay, well. Strange white substance, magic, fingerprint powder. Alright, well. I'll be right back, fellow dragons. The dog is freaking out. I think she has to... I don't know what she has to do, honestly. Did you gotta go potty? Is that why you're Borky? Oh, yeah, that is a potty, Bork. Okay, good girl telling me. I'll be back, fellow dragons. Doggo needs attention. Okay, fellow dragons, I am back. Dog has gone potty. I thought it was going to take her longer. I thought I would have time to crunch on an apple. I did not. So you might hear me crunch on an apple. I'm going to try to save it for only when Emma's doing her thing. Okay. But I think I know what I need to do. No. Oh. Apparently I was wrong. Well, how'd it go? Find anything out? Actually, there was one thing I wanted to check with you. What's that scary face you're making? And what's with the I know something but I'm not telling face you've got on, Emma? Can I show Emma? I was wondering if you could take a look at this. Okay, no. Oh, maybe I have to show this, because, like, it did different stuff. This painting came from behind that dresser? Ah, yeah, so? It was stolen, no? I was hoping you wouldn't figure that out. Do you think you could tell us a bit about it? I suppose it's what you think. Drew Measham was a forger. A forger? Forger. So, what exactly is a forger? Well, basically it's someone who makes forgeries. Fakes, in other words. Fakes! Copies of an original. Exact copies. So precise you can't tell them apart. Well, why not just photocopy them? Big problem with forgeries? People try to sell them as a real article. It's a crime, of course. So, Drew Measham was a criminal, afraid so. He receives money to create elaborate forgeries to supplement his work in illustration, I guess. I see. Actually, that's why I brought this in here in the first place. What do you mean? When you're trying to determine if a painting is a forgery, the rough sketch underneath can be a valuable clue. So the rough sketch is like practice for the real thing? Like doing a magic trick in front of a mirror before you go on stage? But not in the case of a forgery. Not necessarily, anyway. You know what the finished product is going to look like, after all. Oh yeah, I guess you would. That's why I brought this. I'm going to use it to see what's underneath the paint of the finished pieces. I get it now. Not that I really needed to go to such lengths, seeing as how one of the paintings was only half finished anyway. Still, it'd be neat to see what Mr. Measham's rough sketches were. Kinda looks like he was, kind of like what he was drawing when he thought no one was looking. True, that would be interesting, and maybe valuable for our case. You should try buttering her up, Apollo. Flattery gets you everywhere. Okay. Huh, maybe definitely ask Emma. But first, I think I was... Is anything changed here? Was I supposed to present this to him? This is what I thought. Okay. Okay, well, nope. Okay, well. But I don't have what I need to present to him if he's still there. Or I need to progress over here so that something changes over there. Okay. Kind of wanted to see the rough sketch under this painting. And was wondering if your tool there might do the trick? Oh, fine, fine. Just this time, though. Let's check it out. Oh. Okay, let's see about all this paint. Oh. There we go. Grab all the dots. Oh. Oh, there we go. Up. What the fuck? The fuck is this? Okay, let's print this one out. Huh. What the hell? Wow, he really blows the finished painting. Isn't anything like the rough. Devices like mine didn't exist until recently. He probably thought he could draw any sort of thing he wanted to for the rough. What do you mean? Well, in the past, you could only analyze the composition of a rough sketch. Composition? In other words, the traces of the charcoal between the paint and canvas. So you could tell if there had been a rough sketch. But not what it looked like. I think I follow you. So in essence, it wouldn't matter what was underneath the finished painting. Some pros would actually paint out a rough sketch entirely. Then do a completely new painting on top of that. So Mr. Mason was drawing whatever he wanted to before paying over them? Possibly. Is there a problem with that? Not particularly, but something about the sketch itself is kind of odd. You're awfully silent all of a sudden, Apollo. Think we could check out the other paintings? Well, sure. You look like, you like this detection stuff, don't you? Alright, let's see what's under this one. While I handle this, just pretend that Emma's crunching on her snacks in the background. So I can crunch apple. Oop. Hey. Aha. Come on. What we got? Why is the beeps loud? Up. Nope, hate that. Aha. Okay. Hate it. Up. There we go. I mean, this is fun. The sound's annoying. I'm turning the volume in my headphones down. Beep. 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 Bap. What we got? The fuck? These are scenes from the game. This is from the tutorial case. Okay, let's print this one out too. Oh, specifically from victim's perspective. This one too. What's wrong, Apollo? You look serious all of a sudden. You think I could look at the last one? Fine by me, knock yourselves out. Okay. There we go. Why is she barking? She's been potty now. And it's not time for her dinner yet. She probably wants to steal my apple. Or senses my distress with the beeps. Up. Okay. Up. We got case 2. Okay, let's print this one. What? What the hell is all this? I hesitate to ask why you're getting so excited. You sure your device isn't leaking some kind of radiation? Trucy, look at all these 3 sketches. Do you not notice any? Do you notice anything? Ah! There! Now you're both as white as sheets. What's going on? These sketches are of the 3 cases I worked on. What? The murder in the poker room at the Borscht Bowl Club. The dead man pulling the noodle stand. And then the events that transpired during the Gavineers concert. What could it mean? How could he have drawn those things? And why? That's what I want to know. Wait, is Drew Measham your father? Give me a break. Does that even seem remotely possible to you? I never even heard of any Drew Measham before. I didn't even see a picture of him. But there were my cases drawn on his canvas. Every single one of them. It couldn't have been a coincidence. Just who was this Drew Measham and what did he have to do with me? Well. Okay. We're on to the trial phase, fellow dragons. I'm gonna finish eating my apple and try to figure out why she's still barky. That's gonna do it for this episode, fellow dragons. Bye, see you next time.